All right. I'm just going to share a little bit about my story, our products, and then the company as a whole. If you guys have any questions, you can use the chat feature at the bottom if you don't want to forget, or we'll save some time at the end to answer any questions that you guys have. But my name is Amber Ike, and I'm really glad that you guys were able to hop on tonight to learn a little bit more and to support your friend that invited you. So I have actually been in the industry of network marketing for 6.5 years. I kind of stumbled into it because I always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, but I wanted to be able to bring home the bacon as well. I didn't want to bring home the whole pig, but just some bacon. I wanted to bring home the bacon. So I actually was a nanny before we started growing our family. So I was paid to be like a mom during the day and then got to go home. It was awesome. But then once we started having kids, we had our oldest, Eli, and I was fortunate enough to be able to take him with me. And it was a great fit until I realized I wanted more kids. And then I started thinking, this is going to be hard to manage, bringing a ton of my kids to someone else's home. And I didn't want to do the in-home daycare. I actually tried that for a little bit, and Elena can attest to that. Like, that was so annoying. I like my house to be like organized and clean. And apparently when you bring a lot of kids into your house, that doesn't happen.
Nope.
Lori's like, amen, preach it. So I kind of started thinking like, I need something else because I can't quit my nanny job cold turkey, even though I wasn't making a ton as a nanny. It was still income that we needed to pay bills, get groceries on the table, all those fun things, right? All those fun adult things that we have to do. So I just kind of started thinking, and I knew I didn't want to like a full-time job because then that meant leaving Eli somewhere, and that like broke my heart even thinking that, right? I remember one time I did a volleyball coaching camp and it was 3 hours and he had to spend it with his dad, y'all, who I'm married to, by the way. And I was like dying at volleyball camp, and volleyball is my heart. Like, you guys know that, like a lot of you know that. So 3 hours with his dad, and it was like the end of the world. So I knew I needed something where I could be home with him but make money, right? So I was cruising Facebook one night. It was actually December 2013. Eli was almost 1 at the time, or no, he was 1.5. I should probably know these things. He was 1.5, and still nannying at this point. But saw a friend post about how she was making more than her husband was in his career as a pilot with this opportunity, and she had 4 kids at the time and they were really little. So I actually reached out to her. She got me plugged into that opportunity, and I just hit the ground running, hoping that I could make enough to just stay home with Eli. So fast forward 3 months into that opportunity, and I was able to do that. And so I quit nannying and I stayed home with Eli. And then one day I just like looked down, I had my yoga pants on, he was taking a nap, and I was earning income. And at that point I realized, holy smokes, this is a lot bigger than I thought. What if, what if this could help us pay off our debt, our student loans, all those student loans that I acquired and I wasn't even using them, right? Like, why do we do that? Anyways, so I caught the vision for what this potentially could be, and I went all in, y'all. Like, I was like, whenever I could work it, when Eli was sleeping, I was excited about it. It didn't feel like work. It felt like pursuing something that would help our future. Okay. So I did that for a long time, and I ended up doing really well there. I reached the top 3rd rank of that company, had the free car. I always do air quotes because it wasn't really free, but we don't want to talk about that. And it was great until I went on one of the free trips, and I looked around and I was like, where is my team? Where are they? Like, these girls are working hard too, like, I want to do this with them. Like, it's fun the first time in Hawaii, but then you look around the second time, you're like, okay, this isn't fun if my girls aren't here with me. So it didn't matter how hard we worked and how much we tried new things. It just felt like we would take 2 steps forward, 2 steps back in that former opportunity. So we fast forward to 2017. I had my 4th kiddo, and I was like, I'm just going to take a little bit of a break, take a little maternity leave, and just enjoy the stay-at-home mom gig, right? And it ended up being like a 3-year maternity leave because I could not get excited about working my business again. And that's a bad place to be when you have a free car that you need to keep earning. So but I couldn't do it. Like, it was hard for me to share it with other friends because honestly, I didn't know if I could bring people into that and help them win. It was kind of like rolling the dice. And if it worked for you, awesome. If it didn't, sorry. You know, it just didn't seem very like there wasn't like a system, and it felt like people would order and then they would drop off. So you're like, you just felt like you were constantly filling the bathtub and it was draining. Like you didn't have the plug-in. So I'm like, this is so exhausting when you have 4 kids ages 5 and under. So long story short, I ended up just kind of pursuing that whole stay-at-home mom life. I was still earning a great income because I had worked very hard and my team had worked very hard. But I just wasn't excited about it. I was excited about still earning income, just wasn't excited about working, okay? But all along, you know, I struggled with it. I'm like, I know this works. And I would call Lena, my sister, and I'd be like, I know this works, like, but I just don't know how to make this work. So long story short, I got a call from a friend in August. Her name is Danielle Pulley, and she was with me at my former company. We're actually sideline sisters. She was the second top rank of the company. So she was doing really well for herself, but same situation, hamster in the wheel, never felt like you could really make it, right? Working so hard and just feeling like the needle wasn't moving forward. So she called me one day in August and she's like, Amber, I think I found something. Like, I need you to look at it, get your eyes on it and tell me what you think. I think this is what we've been praying for. And I looked just kind of out of being a good friend. You know, I was burnt out and never thought I would do this again. I was just like, okay, I'll just collect my check. It's a good check to be collecting for not working anymore. So I looked, and y'all, when I saw what this was, I could not unsee it. And it literally was like light bulbs going off. Every box was being checked that I had thought I wanted but couldn't find in that other opportunity. And so I took about a week and a half, which doesn't sound like a long time, but I went all in, like watching every video. I got on like Zooms with people who are already over here. I talked to people at corporate. Like, I was doing my research and I was looking for something wrong with it. So that way I could literally close that tab of my brain and get back to normal life, because I was getting excited about it and I didn't want to unless it literally was what it sounded like it was. So after about a week and a half, I knew that this was clearly amazing and like a needle in a haystack opportunity. And I did not want to miss out on it. I felt myself dreaming again on all the things that I wanted before that never really panned out the way that I had hoped. So my husband and I, we talked about it, we prayed about it, and honestly, it just felt like a no-brainer business decision. And we felt like there was no risk involved stepping into it. And that was with me stepping away from a $2,000 paycheck every single month. We felt like this was so worth stepping into that if we hadn't, like, what would we be missing out on long-term for our family? So on August 30th, I jumped into this, and in the month of September, y'all, it was crazy. I actually promoted to the 5th rank in, and I more than matched what I walked away from after building somewhere for 6 years. Really hard too. Like, that's a lot of work when you have little kids trying to build something from the ground. In 1 month, I matched that. So that was crazy. And then in October, I actually doubled what I walked away from. So, and that's exciting, but it's funny because I was talking to my little sister and she was like, are you so excited about your paycheck? And I was like, no, I'm thankful and I'm grateful, but I know that this is the opportunity that I can bring people in and they will have those $4,000 paychecks. They will have those $8,000 paychecks. Like, I know that this is that place that I had been looking for. So that's what gets me excited, because I know what this is and I know that I can train up people to do this and do it well. So I'm going to talk about our product line. We have products that are focused on physical and mental health. And if there has been a year that has shown us that mental health is a priority, it is 2020, right? Can I get an amen? Like, this is the year where everybody's like, okay, I might need to check myself before I wreck myself, because this isn't getting cute. There's no filter that can cover up this ugly, right? So anyways, y'all, we have 2 product lines. We have nutraceuticals and a full spectrum hemp line. So nutraceutical supplements. we have the most studied multivitamin in the world. That is really, really cool to me. It actually has 33 third-party clinical studies on it. It's called QMax Premium, and it's actually a brain supplement, brain nutrition supplement that works at the cellular level to rewire pathways that may have gotten disturbed from like traumatic events, you know? And it works at the cellular level. So it's not a Band-Aid. It's actually like rewiring those pathways. But in those third-party clinical studies, it showed its effectiveness on mental health. They studied things like OCD, bipolar, anxiety, depression, traumatic brain injuries like concussions, autism, ADD, ADHD, all of those things that you turn to your left, turn to your right, and somebody has one, if not multiple of those things. And they showed its effectiveness on all of those things, y'all, which gets me so excited because we know so many people who are struggling in those areas every single day. And a lot of times we just think, oh, well, this is just what I'm going to have to deal with the rest of my life. And I don't think that's good enough. You know, I don't think we're called to like just take a prescription the rest of our life until we have to have a prescription for something else that medicine caused, right? So that's our QMax Premium. And then we just released our kids line back in October, y'all. And this is a 3-in-1 type of product. It has the brain support with the QMax in it for the kids. And then it has an immune support with elderberry in it. And then it has gut support. So it has your prebiotic and your probiotic. And it comes in a powder form. So you can add it to applesauce, yogurt, whatever you want, water, smoothie. And you dose it based on your kid's age. So it comes in a pack, and then however old your kid is, they get X amount of scoops. So you're not ordering multiple different things for different age kiddos. So I love that. And then we have a probiotic for adults that focuses on gut health with a pre and a probiotic. I love it because it's like a whole digestive system, but it's one pill. You're just taking one pill and not worrying about die-off, detox, all of those things. Then we have a product called Align, and that is our powerful anti-inflammatory that works at the cellular level as well. So it's not only helping like external inflammation, but it's really addressing internal inflammation of our organs, you know, all those things that we can't see that are happening inside our body that need attention, right? So that's Align. And then we actually have a combo pack. I should have brought it in here. It's called Q Core, and that's the Align, our Qbiotic probiotic, and the Q Max. And it comes in this cute little package with AM and PM packets. So it makes taking your supplements so easy to where you literally can like throw it in your purse so you're not forgetting to take it in the morning when you leave the house. And then we have products for hormone regulation that are made with adaptogenic herbs. So it's not, they're not products that are putting hormones into your system because that's not ideal, but it's actually helping your body get to a hormonal balance with the herbs. And we have a men's version for testosterone, and then we have the women's version for estrogen and progesterone. And honestly, y'all, this is probably my favorite product, and I will never let it go because I have had 3 cycles that have snuck up on me, and that was never the case for me ever in my entire like adulthood. If anything, I would track my cycles to validate why I was feeling crazy at certain points in the month, if anyone can relate. And I'm the weird girl that loves being pregnant because my hormones are way better then, because my progesterone tends to be low, I think. So anyways, I love that I don't have to keep having babies to feel good, right? Because at some point that's going to backfire. So that's called the Vitalize. And then we have vitamin sprays. We have a full lineup. They're so simple. They're minty fresh. You spray them under your tongue, so they're sublingual. And they're actually the second fastest way to get them absorbed into your system other than IV or, you know, needles, because who wants to be doing that? So, and they're only $17.50 for a full month's supply of that vitamin. We have vitamin Z. No, we do not have vitamin Z. We have vitamin C, vitamin D, fully methylated vitamin B12. We have one for pain relief. We have one called Boost, that's for blood sugar and metabolism. And then we have one called Sleep Spray, and that is like in every mama's toolbox, hopefully. And they're delicious. I said they're minty fresh. So they're really great to take if you need a kid to take one of them or multiple. My kids don't like put up a fight at all. They get excited about it. So then we have a small but mighty weight loss line, which I actually just started taking it and I am loving it. We have meal replacement shakes in chocolate and vanilla, and then we have a limited supply of one called pumpkin cookie. And they're not chalky, but it's a full meal replacement shake, so you're not having to add a bunch of stuff to it to make it filling. And then we have a product called Trim, and that one is thermogenic, so it heats up your body and revs up your metabolism, and it's great for energy as well. So I am loving that product for sure. And then we have our full lineup of our full spectrum hemp oils. And I actually didn't realize how effective like hemp oil was and what all it could help with. I just had like a narrow mind on what that was for. And apparently it helps with a whole wide range of therapeutic benefits. So ours is incredible because it actually has an 85% absorption rate. Most hemp oils or CBD oils are oil-based, and ours is water-based. We have patented technology on it, y'all. It's like cutting edge, and they've actually found a way to make it even more absorbable, and that will be rolling out January 1st. So keep your eyes open for that. Our company doesn't think 85% is good enough, so I love that. But most oils, or I'm sorry, most hemp and CBD oils that are oil-based, you're only getting about 6 to 10% of the effectiveness of it when you're taking it because your body's just not absorbing it as well. And ours, literally within like 10 to 15 minutes, you can feel the therapeutic benefits of it. It has a 12-hour window, so it's very, very supportive for what you're looking for. We have sublingual hemp oils that are taken underneath the tongue in 4 different flavors. And then we have hemp creams that target isolated areas, like if you need support, you know, maybe you're having pain, like for your wrist or something, that would be a great one to have for that. And then we have some roll-ons, and then we have a broad spectrum hemp water, and it's delicious. It comes in 3 different flavors to support 3 different things. Elena, which one are you drinking right now? Hydrate? Calm? They come in variety packs with all 3 flavors, and it's 10 of each. And I'm like, I'm just gonna need the calm one, so just put 30 of those in a pack and keep them coming. It's fine.
Me too.
Obi loves the hydrate, and I'm like, I drink water, so that's fine. And then the other one's for like craving control, and I'm like, my kids are my craving control. They don't let me eat. I posted that the other day. I'm like, what other moms what other moms out there do their kids not let them eat? And everyone's like saying that their kids let them eat. I'm like, what's wrong with my kids? Like, why won't they let me eat? It's so scary. Anyways, okay. So that is our product lineup. Now I'm going to touch on the financial opportunity. So I love that our company values, you know, physical health and mental health, but they also understand that financial health plays a huge role in our lives. You know, a lot of us, yeah, we struggle with health in certain areas and certain seasons, but majority of us like lay in bed at night trying to figure out, how am I going to pay for Christmas? You know, what credit card am I going to put Christmas on this year? It came again. Christmas is December 25th. Who knew? You know. But I love that our company understands that financial health is important, and a lot of us don't get that training. I was never trained how to handle finances properly, so our company has a heart for that. So they really want to help us eliminate debt and all of those things. So actually, at the 4th rank in, they start paying off the debt of your choice. That caught my eye when I saw this. They don't do the shiny cars. They don't do the fancy trips that you have to pay for a lot of things. They want to pay off your debt. So at the 4th rank in, they start doing that, and it goes straight from our company to your creditor, and it's applied towards the principal. So it's not just going towards interest, which isn't going to get you very far in the long run. So it goes towards the principal, and that's not from your paycheck. That is from the company. And I love that they do that because they know us, and they know if they gave us like $300 extra a month, like we think we're going to put it towards debt, but then something comes up, right? So they're like, we're not even going to let you touch this. We will pay off your debt for you. So I have $300 a month going towards my minivan, and that fires me up because I guess I'm just like mom life now, and that is the most exciting thing in my life. So, yeah. And then once you're debt free, you apply that towards a retirement fund, a savings account. That money doesn't stop coming in. So that is really cool. And then you also have access to a financial advisor from day one. Whatever you need help or support with in your finances, that's what they help you come up with a plan for. And they work that plan with you. They help you. They make sure they help you tweak it if it's not working. So they really don't want you to just look wealthy. They want you to actually be wealthy. And the way that that works is by being debt free, having savings for plan B when a pandemic hits, right? And your job is on the line. Having those college funds set up, like, you know what I mean? It's all those things that go into that financial health that all of us, I mean, we just don't have that bandwidth to plan for sometimes. And so I love that they come alongside us and help us with that. And then the compensation plan in and of itself, the opportunity is huge, you guys. We get paid infinite levels deep here. When I saw that, I knew that was crazy unique and crazy special, especially given the fact that our company is very ground floor. There are only 9,000 people in over 20 countries. We're in 20 countries already. There's only 9,000 people getting paid in our company because that's how ground floor we are. So when our company hits that massive momentum and we start becoming that household name that we know we're going to be because we have products that are backed by science, that are proven to work, once we become that household name, all that volume that joins your organization 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you're already there, you know, and all of that flows up to you just as if you signed those people. So that is huge. There's so much room for success here, you guys. Like I said, we're ground floor. I actually joke and say we're basement floor. We're not even at the ground floor, you guys. Nobody knows who we are unless we start talking to people about it. And I will say, out of everyone that I've gotten in the past 2.5 months to try our products, every single person has been blown away by how quickly and how effectively the products do what they say they're going to do. So that's exciting. And then the markets that we are expanding into are expanding. So the hemp industry in and of itself is very ground floor and exploding. Right now, it's a $1 billion industry. And within 5 years, it's projected to be a $26 billion industry. And then by the end of 10 years, it's supposed to be a $1 trillion industry, you guys. And our hemp alone is the top third in the nation. And it's probably going to start surpassing the other ones because we figured out how to make it even better. So that's pretty exciting to me. And then, so 2 different ways to get started. Maybe you heard some products that I talked about and you're like, okay, that would be great, but I'm not sure, you know, I want to make money. If that's you, you can start out as a preferred customer for only $10 a year. And that gets you wholesale on all of our products. And you can do an auto ship if you want. You don't have to, it's nothing required of you. But if you do an auto ship, then you actually get loyalty rewards points to earn free products. And then maybe you heard something and you're like, okay, maybe this is the plan B that I've been praying for. Maybe this will help, you know, make extra ends meet or whatnot. You can actually join as an ambassador. It's only $39.95 for the year. That gets you the same wholesale pricing on our products, but it also comes with your website and literally like a turnkey business, which is incredible because we have a CBD store that just opened up at the front of our neighborhood. And I'm pretty sure they spent more than $40 to open that. And that sounds like way more headache with what they're doing every single day than what I'm doing. Although my kids are with me, so maybe not. It might be comparable. But our hemp is amazing. So I know that, you know, isn't even the same. But, and I wanted to mention y'all that right now our company is doing something called Christmas Cash. So they know this time of year is really stressful for a lot of us. So they actually, instead of our normal bonuses that they give us when we promote to our first 3 ranks, it's actually doubled right now. So our goal is to help every single person that joins us get their extra $1,000 by the end of December. So the company is really, really generous with their bonuses right now. Well, always, but especially right now. And then they just released that everything is 10% off. from today until Monday. They're doing a Black Friday special with everything is 10% off. So it's a really, really great time to not only get your products at a super discounted rate, but to tell your friends and family as well, so they can get that awesome discount. So that's it. That's all I had for y'all. But if you guys have any questions, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. That way we can be done.